Shoujo's back again in your feed. Your favorite day of the week has arrived. I'm your host, Sarah, and as always, joined by Joe, who I week by week introduce to Shoujo anime series. And today, we are starting a new series, A Sign of Affection, which is one that neither of us have watched the anime for, but I've read a bit of the manga. But we're covering a newer anime. Hopefully we get some new listeners, and this one definitely has like a different perspective than any others. So good times.
Yeah, it's different.
Yep.
It's a lot different than Chihaya Furu, the show we just came off of.
I know. Yes, although we again have
a nice
childhood friend that.
Yeah, but in this one, the childhood friend kind of sucks. So it's like a little bit backwards.
Well, it's wild. We'll get into it. We can talk about it a bit.
Okay.
Once we actually talk about the episode. But first, what have you been up to, Joe?
I have watched the second Vampire Hunter D. I think it's called Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust movie. I think it's from 2000.
Okay.
Yep, it's from 2000. And it's fun. It's just like a action movie, you know, like a Western action, but it's vampires and weird demons, and it looks great, and it's pretty straightforward, and I had a fun time with it.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So I think that's
movie.
all of the Vampire Hunter D movies. I think there's only 2. So I've done it, unless I want to actually like read the books, which I don't know if I want to. Maybe I should. I should. Probably won't.
Only if you want to.
Yeah, I got other stuff to
read.
read.
Don't want to do.
Yeah.
No obligations.
Yeah. Yeah, so I still got other stuff to read that I'm reading extremely slowly. I'm trying to read like every night, like a chapter or 2 of something every night, and it's not really going that great. I'm at like a 50% hit rate in terms of actually doing
that. Is it like you lay down and you're on your phone instead, or you just go straight to bed?
It's like, because I like sit down in a chair, and like because I have the book like next, like on the arm of the chair. But I'm always like, I'm going to sit there at like 11:15. And then I'll read, and then I'll go to sleep at like 11:45, and then I usually end up sitting down at like 11:40, and I'm like, well, this isn't enough time, so then I just go to sleep.
Yeah, gotcha.
So it's a timing thing.
Well, you should just read while you're in bed. That way you can just close the book and shut your eyes.
Yeah, it doesn't work for me. I can't like part of the problem is that the thing I'm reading right now is the Earthsea books, but it's like a huge ass tome of like all of them collected. So it's like a really heavy book. So I can't just like hold it up over me, or I'll definitely like drop it on my face.
That's true. There's like my arms get tired holding up the Steam Deck.
Yeah. But maybe that would help. Maybe that might be a thing to do.
Yeah.
I'm playing, one of my friends got me on this incredibly stupid gacha game, and I keep playing it. I'm late to the party. I'm playing the Horror Squirrel game. Let me see what it's actually called. What?
I feel like I heard mention of this.
Oh, yeah.
Did we talk about this last week or something? Yeah.
I don't think we talked about it, but I am playing the Uma Musume game. The Horse Girls.
Someone had asked me if I had played it, and I had never heard of it, but I guess out of nowhere, here it is.
Yep, here it is. It's not a very good game. It's a pretty bad gacha game in terms of other gacha games I've played, I feel like, but
I just don't like gacha games.
It's very much like an idle game, it feels like, where you just kind of like do little stat boosts, and then they just like run their little race. But it's very it's too random for my taste. It's a little bit like, my horse will be like, okay, you need to get third place or above, and you're seated, you're like the 4th favorite, right? So like you do it the first time and they get 4th, and you're like, okay, we'll run it back because you could do the same race a couple times, but then they'll just get like 11th, and you're like, okay, how did that even happen? And then like, I don't know, it's very hard to understand if you're doing well or not, because like things will be going great, and then all of a sudden I'll just get like stomped. It doesn't make any sense to me. Other gacha games I played,
you had to like pay to then do better. Is that the like?
Yeah,
Give
it's a
you
little too
crappy odds.
because the thing is, like, there's the gotcha part for like which horses you draw, right? Okay, I don't think I've
Uh-huh.
actually explained this game. This is a game about horse racing. Like you raise horses, but imagine the horses were anime girls, and then at the end of the horse races, they do an idol contest because they're also, or they're not a contest, an idol concert because they're also idols. I skip all of the dialogue and all of the concerts and everything that isn't me picking stats and doing the horse race part because I do not care about the anime parts of this game.
Okay.
So yeah. Anyway, it's very hard to tell if you're winning or losing. All of the guides, like, because they offer little like in-game hints if you're doing well, but then all of a sudden those just stop mattering. So I like looked at it like an online guide of just like, hey, how am I supposed to build my stats? And basically you're just supposed to like dump everything into speed and some other stuff, even when the game tells you that's bad, and then you just win. So it's like, okay, the game doesn't even tell you how to win itself. So yeah, I think it's a bad game, but we'll see how long I play it for.
Well, you're a nice friend for trying.
Yeah, that's how I think of this. It's me being a nice friend and not me being like incredibly bored.
No, you've got too much stuff to do to be bored.
But I love avoiding the stuff I have to do by doing other.
Well, none of it is
stuff.
like what you have to do. It's just stuff that you like have given yourself to do.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do it.
That's true. I don't have to do it. No one's gonna like get mad at me. But
Nope.
you know, whatever. Anyway, how have you been? What have you been doing?
Let's see. What have I been doing? I've just been going to the dog park a lot. I did start the Claire
Obscuria.
Yeah, it's different than I thought. Like, I guess because it's been so popular that I forgot that it's like an indie developer, right? So it like doesn't have the level of, or maybe my computer's saying, well, this is like, I don't play JRPGs very much anymore. So it's like weird to like try and return to one. It made me just want to play Lost Odyssey instead. But we'll see. I was just really tired when I was playing it. So it could be that I just need to be more peppy, but let's see. Me and my sister, did I mention this last time? Me and my sister made our mom watch the first anime we've ever gotten her to watch. We made her watch the first 2 episodes of Attack on Titan.
Oh no, you did not.
Anime.
That's an interesting starting point.
No, it's just because my sister was like feeling down and she's like, Mom, it'll make me feel better if you watch this with us. And so she was sitting between us and we were just both looking at each other and looking at her the whole time, seeing what her reaction was. And yeah, she's like, what are these weird Barbie people things? I guess because they don't have.
Because of the Titans?
Yeah. And then like, oh, it's, violent and this and that. But it's because my mom, no matter what, she asks questions, which makes it feel like she's engaged with the thing she's watching, but she's definitely not going to watch it again. But we got her to sit down and watch 2 episodes. So that was interesting. But now I know because and I didn't watch that until I was in college, but I wonder if like she's seen me watching something like that when I was like in middle school, she would have been like, what the hell?
Probably.
No more of that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty violent.
Yes.
Is that what you think the optimal, like if you got to pick what she watched first, is that what you have picked?
No. What would I have had her pick?
Yeah, what's she into?
Maybe something like Marmalade Boy, because that just feels so dramatic. Like it feels like a soap opera in anime form because there's so many characters and everyone's so messy. Maybe that show. Because I feel like she just likes trying to guess what's gonna happen. So it needs to be something that it's not clear up front, maybe. I don't know. The premise of Marmalade Boy is pretty crazy, though. Well, maybe we'll cover that one day.
I don't know anything about it.
Like, basically, these two, it's Miki and then this guy, Yu, are both like high schoolers. and they meet because both their parents have decided to divorce and swap partners. And so, like, her mom is now with his dad and vice versa. And so they're now all living in the same house together. And so they're kind of like step siblings, but then, they're kind of into each other. And their parents, did weird, like, swapping of partners, but still living with old partners situation, but they're all cool. And then there's, the typical, like, teacher student with a side character, and then, triangles and crazy stuff.
This is what you would show your mom? This is her entry anime you'd give her?
I don't know. Well, normally I would say Full Metal Alchemist is what I would introduce most people to, but I don't think she'd be into that one. That one is also a bit, like, eerie and confusing at first, especially I feel like the original Full Metal Alchemist anime it like eased you into the plot a bit more versus like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It's like the first episode is mid-action scene. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's more genre-y. The Brotherhood is where it just kind of dumps you in. It's like, you've seen, what like speculative fiction is. Here you go. I think the first thing I showed my mom was Cowboy Bebop because she likes character-driven stuff and like episodic stuff, and I think that was a pretty good fit. Death Note's a pretty popular one too. You think that would be too? She'd be asking too many questions the whole time.
Maybe. My sister did mention a Death Note, and she was like, "What's that? Oh, that'd be nice to have."
That's a pretty entry level, like a beginner friendly show.
I'm just trying, like, I don't want it to be like what people who don't watch anime think of anime people as being like into, I don't know, like gloomy, like dark. I don't want I want there to be like, oh, there's like lighthearted, fun ones too. It's not just all crazy stuff happening.
Yeah, I just think of these ones as being like the entry friendly because there's not a lot of like anime as a genre tropes in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, FMA I like because it's like not in Japan, so you don't have to kind of understand Japanese culture for certain moments or jokes, like,
yeah,
because it's in a fictional world. So stuff like that I feel like works well. Yeah,
just have her watch all of One Piece. Just why not?
Absolutely not.
She can just do that for the rest of her life.
No. Let's see. My sister, we did her 30th birthday celebration last night.
Ooh.
It was fine. We got dinner. I just like, I don't know if I'm just too tired these days. No, not at all. No, I don't. I went on a date yesterday. That was fine. I don't know. I feel like I just need to not do anything until I move and I'm settled there, because most of my free time is like taking the puppy out and getting her socialized and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I had to be out under the sun, and then I get okay. And then I got rid of my couch because I want to get a new one eventually. So I just have a beanbag. So I just sitting on a beanbag watching the UK ongoing season of Love Island, which I think is better than the US one. But also, like, I hate everyone on, like, there's no one.
How is it better then?
Well, there's one American girl and she's kind of bitchy, but she's my favorite one.
Okay.
But like, everyone's just like, it's very obvious that they're not as concerned with, like, social media backlash as the American contestants are.
Oh.
Or they just can't be bothered to like watch their behavior. All the dudes are just like entertaining any chick talking. It's just like, and then all the chicks are super possessive, and it's like, calm down. And I don't know. It's just awful people, terrible people.
Yeah.
Or nothing people. So
nothing people.
I don't, like, nobody has hobbies.
They're just, this is their job, going on TV. Okay, they can't be doing other stuff.
Apparently not. But yeah, so but the producers are picking good, like, messy challenges. Like, even though they're not, it's like not the same production level as the USA one where they're like have whole sets that they do challenges on. These ones are just like spin the bottle or freaking
it's like real low budget stuff. It's like house games you play.
Yes. So, but the last one was good because it was like they had quotes that had been said in the villain, and they had to guess who said it about who.
Oh.
So it was like you get to hear, you find out exactly what people are saying when you're not around, kind of. So I was like, yeah, that's good. That's messy.
That's fun.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just start fights.
Yeah. Well, they're more fiery over there, I think.
Okay.
Like but like back and forth versus I feel like in the USA seasons it was mostly just like one person blowing up and then everyone being like, oh my God. But this is like everyone's friggin' chiming in.
It's like a free for all. Okay. Well, that's
fun.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and then Big Brother is good so far, but that's all I.
I guess I can talk about the 2 shows I started. Because we're talking about shows you just started watching. I started watching Turn A Gundam.
Okay.
Which is called Turn A Gundam. I've watched the first 2 episodes. People like this one. Let me say that first. This is one that people like quite a bit. It's weird because like in the first episode, it's like the main guy and 2 of his friends go down to Earth from the moon in a big like metal spaceship, and then they get to Earth and they're just gonna like try to like go and get jobs and like integrate themselves for some reason. But it's like it's like a World War I era Earth. So like they show up in like a future space rocket. And then they're like, he's going to go and like be the chauffeur that drives an old ass, like turn of the century car.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very weird. So that's been fun. So we're going to see how that one goes.
So is it like they're humans that originally came from Earth that were in space and then, but somehow they advanced a lot, or they advanced?
I have no idea.
They've always been, okay, I'm like,
they do not explain this. Like they say that there are people on the moon that have advanced technology, and that's the most we've gotten in the first 2 episodes. Everything else is just like hanging out in like I don't know, 20th century. I don't even know what kind of culture it is, like European-esque someplace, like I don't know, Germany or something.
Okay.
And all of that stuff. And so that's weird. And then he just gets into a mech at the end of episode 2. Yeah. So
okay, well, you'll have to keep us posted on how that develops.
Yeah, that one's pretty wild. This is the most like out there of the Gundams so far in terms of like it just throwing you into a world that is the least coherent. So that's fun. And then the other thing I'm watching is I started watching The Big O, which is another mech show, but it's basically like, what if Batman, like from like Batman the Animated Series, piloted a big mech instead of being Batman. And so like he's a guy, what's his name? That has like one of the best opening lines. What's the guy's name? Because like it opens it like there's like a shot of like the biggest, longest black car you've ever seen. And it's being driven by this guy in like a black suit. And his name, he's like, what's his name? I'm Roger Smith, and I'm a negotiator. The most important job in Amnesia City. And that's like the opening line. It's so funny.
Okay.
I'm going to send you a picture, and I want to get your reaction of what you think about Roger Smith.
Okay. Joe, so you're just watching 2 different animes at this, but both of them are released in their entirety, I take it?
Yeah, they're both old shows. So this is from the 90s.
Oh, is this the same art as the Ace Attorney game?
This is a picture. This is not like a screenshot.
Like it. Okay, this is not like, okay, this is
just the first thing I did when I was looking up. Let me find a screenshot.
The chick is cool looking.
Okay, yeah. So the thing is, so this is what like they look like in the show. So like the first episode is him. He's like a negotiator.
It totally is like Batman.
Yeah, it really is like that style. So like the first episode is him going to like negotiate like a hostage situation or like a ransom where he's gonna like pay these guys money to get someone like some rich guy's daughter back, and it's this girl you see in the thing. And she like he does the transfer and she walks up to him and like then the client guy, like the old guy who paid the ransom, shows up and he's like, that's not my daughter, that's an android. And he's like, oh. So she's an android.
Okay.
And he is like fake Batman basically, except instead of being a superhero, he calls a giant mech that shoots out from under the street and like destroys the entire local block so he can like punch stuff with it. It's extremely weird.
Okay.
And like it's kind of tongue in cheek because it's like he is very clearly creating a much bigger problem by blowing up the whole like block of the neighborhood than he would be by just like letting the bad guy get away. So
property damage.
It's kind of funny that way.
Gotcha. So just goofy older ones.
Yeah, it's not like a slapstick goofy, but it is like a what is happening kind of thing. So I'll be interested to see what that turns into.
The same creators Gundam, or I'm like,
no,
because there's stuff like what's Ultron and nope.
Let's see. This is a Sunrise show. The guy
like, is Gundam just probably the most popular, successful.
The guy who designed the mech went on to direct Black Butler, the live action version. What?
Oh,
what is this? What is this guy?
Have you watched?
He did animation in Gundam. So that the guy who designed the mech did key animation in like Char's counterattack, which is like probably the most, and like a lot of Gundam stuff. So a lot of people work on a lot of different stuff. It doesn't seem like let's see what the director did. Director worked on Nazca.
Oh, love Nazca.
Was the assistant director to that and a bunch of early 2000 stuff. But yeah, so like a lot of the like designers and animators and stuff kind of travel in the same circles.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially when it wasn't at the time probably as I don't like a smaller pool of people as it's still growing in popularity.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's fun. You gotta update your anime list.
Sunrise, apparently, according to Wikipedia, before the Big O, Sunrise, which is the studio, was a subcontractor for Batman the Animated Series. So they actually worked on it.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. That's fun. So hopefully that'll be good. Who knows?
Yep. You'll tell us. We'll find out.
I'll tell you. I'll let you know.
Yes. And how about you also tell us a bit about... Right.
Let's talk about the show we're here for, not the show that I'm just watching on the side. So we're watching a new show, which means I get to talk about some aspects of the show. We're watching A Sign of Affection, which is we're watching the anime, which came out earlier 2024. That ran in 2024 from January to March, and there's 12 total episodes out. I don't know if they've announced anything, if they're going to keep going, or if this is a thing that's going to be able to keep going. So I don't know. But the manga is still running. It came out in 2019. It's by Sue Morishita, and there's currently 12 volumes. So it seems like there's more to adapt. Yep.
Okay. Because I feel like I see a lot of, like, at Barnes & Noble, they have Omnibus, which I guess shorter series have Omnibus as well.
Yeah, sure. That's like what?
3 volumes in one.
Yeah.
But I guess I mostly just see it when it's like a freaking crazy long series. And
I think it needs to be like popular enough to get an omnibus, right?
Well, because it's like, I don't like, because I have a few series where it's like I have the omnibus, but then the rest of the series, like, I didn't wait for more to come out for each volume I have to be omnibus. I just went and bought normal volumes. And so then it's like not the same size. And like Noragami, I'm only buying the omnibus, so they're all the same size. But if they don't come out often enough, especially if it's, I don't know, been out for a long time.
According to Wikipedia, there is also a musical adaptation. There's a stage musical adaptation that ran for like a week in 2021.
That's not very long.
A recording of the musical broadcast in Japan television channel on October. Oh, there's a recording. Oh, I wonder if you can find this.
Maybe. How bizarre. Because I would assume they're incorporating a lot of sign language into it, of which do they then have some way of interpreting for the crowd who doesn't know it? Or
No, I mean, I'm sure, like, the thing about a musical is that you can have musical asides, which I assume most of it is, right? Where it's just like, you're going to sing about your inner dialogue.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay.
So that would be kind of, I don't know what they would do for like they probably do something where like somebody, like they're signing, but also somebody is talking.
Yeah. I guess that's how it is in the show where we hear her voice internally.
Yeah. Anyway, this anime was produced by, or the anime studio is Agiato, which is an anime studio from 1978, although I've never really heard of any of the stuff that they've done. So stuff that they've done, according to their Wikipedia page, is they did the Real Ghostbusters, which was like the Ghostbusters animated TV show. So I guess they subcontracted some of that out. So they did that show. That was like their first thing on the list. They do some other stuff that I never heard of. Like some of it's like for like a kid show kind of thing that I never heard of, but like had a bunch of stuff. So that's probably their most steady work, is my guess. But they also did.
Well, okay, sorry. Go on.
They also did How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, which is a thing I've heard of, but then when I looked it up, it seems like a pretty horny isekai.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of surprised by that. They also did The Ascendance of a Bookworm, which is something I feel like I've heard of before.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that too.
Isn't that also an isekai?
Probably by the name of it.
Yeah. And then apparently in like 2012, or when was this? Yeah, 2012, they made an anime the Magic Treehouse movie, where they adapted the children's books of the Magic Treehouse series into a movie. You ever heard of this? I used to read those.
No, I'm familiar with I did not read those.
They made an anime movie in 2012.
Little House on the Prairie reader.
That
was like while the girls were. I was advanced though. I was reading in 4th grade, and then everyone started reading them in like 6th grade. But
wow.
Okay, well that's bizarre. Like, how did this studio get their hands on this series?
I don't know. It just doesn't fit into any kind of.
Maybe the like manga artist somehow has some kind of connection with someone who worked here or something. I'm like,
I don't know.
How else?
I mean, they did a lot of other stuff I just never heard of. So I don't know. Yeah, weird. This is like pretty. Does not feel like the other things on their list of productions, but.
Well, is it that? I wonder if it's right. There's like the publisher of manga, and then some of those have their own anime like companies too. But
oh yeah,
is it like the does the people making anime contact, or is it like the editor of the manga that's like pushing for an anime?
So I'm not exactly sure how it works. So the Sign of Affection manga was published in Dessert is the name of the magazine that it's in. I mean, it's published by Kodansha, which is like a huge one that does a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I think they do Fushigi Yugi. It has like a bird logo. Is that right? Like a phoenix looking thing.
I don't know. The one on the Wikipedia page is just like, the name and then a bajillion characters from all the currently running stuff.
Gotcha.
Let me see what else is in there. I've not heard of any of these of the current. Let me go down to past. My Little Monster. I've heard of that.
Yeah, that's a shoujo.
Backflip. 2 exclamation points.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it.
Yeah. I mean, this is a josei shoujo magazine, I guess. So, yeah. Okay. So I don't know. Gotcha. I don't know.
Well, that makes sense. Okay, so this is probably more josei, but it has very strong shoujo vibes.
Yeah,
with the sparkly.
I mean, this magazine has both of them in there apparently. So
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know like how contracting works, if it's like tied to the specific magazine or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, so anyway, they got it. The director of this is Yuta Murano. Also directed 7 Days War, which I'd never heard of, and then also directed How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. So again, not really alike any of those things, I don't think. Unless 7 Days War is not, or like is a romance thing, which it doesn't sound like it is.
It's not ringing a bell for me.
Yeah. So that's our setup. I will probably wait to do the voice actors till next time since we've spent so much time talking about this part. So instead, we're just going to go into the episode. So I covered 2 episodes today because these are long explanation, or these are long summaries. Not so much because a lot happens per se, but because of like I had to write down a lot about how it happens. Which is like how a scene plays out, because that is kind of more important than what actually happens in the scene at certain times. Okay, episode 1 is called Yuki's World. We open on a mysterious voice asking if love is like snow, arriving silently without fanfare. Does it fall from above and color the world as it falls? And then we cut to our protagonist Yuki taking a picture of the falling snow as the OP plays.
Thoughts on the OP?
I didn't write down
it's
any.
Fine. It's whatever.
It's a lot of, I mean, it's just, yeah, it's like a pretty straightforward OP, right? Like it shows you a bunch of characters who you don't know who they are because it's the first episode.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's fine. Let's see. Then we cut to people on a train. The camera pans down the length of the train as the sound fades out, and we see Yuki is also on that train. She's just come back from shopping for a dress. Her friend just like posted something on Instagram, so we know she has a friend who's going to show up a lot. And she thinks about how it's cool to finally be in college. Suddenly, she feels a pat on the shoulder, and it's some foreign guy asking for something. Yuki, however, is deaf and tries to communicate that to this guy, but he is like not picking up on it at all. Luckily, the tall, white-haired man from the OP shows up, and he asks the guy if he needs help in English, and then they start he starts to help him out, more or less.
More weird English.
Yeah, the English is
Stilted English.
It's not great, but he's a new learner, so it's all good. That makes sense. It makes sense to me. Yuki's like, oh, thank God this guy jumped in. Hey, he seems kind of familiar. I think he's in the same class or in the same club as one of my friends. Eventually, the foreigner gets off, leaving the two alone. Yuki brushes her hair over her ear, and shows the guy, like also showing the guy that she has hearing aids. She has these white hearing aids. She has like shoulder length hair, right? No, she has long hair, but it like goes over the side.
It's like it just right past the shoulders. Yeah.
Yeah. So you could not see that before. She tries to sign thank you to him, but he does not seem like to respond to that. So, she's about to swap to typing out words on her phone when he stops her and asks if she can read lips. She's like, I mean, I kind of can. And he tells her slowly that foreign guy could actually speak Japanese just fine. But she thinks he's like staring at her like she's an exotic animal or something.
Yeah.
And then he gets like real close and tells her he's never met anyone like her before.
Yeah, he's very much just like, I like, does he interact with other people like this, or is it because he feels like he needs to be right in her face to? I mean, it makes sense if you're like a deaf person can't hear, if you're out of sight, and if you're relying on lip reading to stay right in front of their eye line. But yeah, very, very much not like keeping. Yeah, I don't know.
He's very abrasive.
A
for
typical,
like
for a Japanese citizen who are normally very reserved at first with people they don't know. He does not have that same, I guess, boundaries.
Yeah, no, he's going for it. Yuki thinks to herself that, like, yeah, it's pretty obvious you haven't met anybody like me before. You probably wouldn't be doing this. Then she types that her friend is in the same cultural exchange class as him, and he's like, oh, yeah, is that so? And then he says he's about to get off at the next stop. Like, are you also getting off? She realizes that he's been speaking slowly this whole time to make it easier for her to lip read. She says that she's going to get off at, like, the next stop, so they're parting ways here.
I want to say I hate his scarf. It's like, I hate the pattern, but also it's too big. It's like it like covers his neck and like half his torso. It's too much scarf.
Do you want to describe what he looks like?
His giant bag. Yeah, so he's a tall guy with white hair, of which this is an anime that acknowledges that Japanese people are not born with crazy hair colors like that. So he dyes his hair white. He has blue eyes, though. I don't remember. That must mean he's like maybe. No, we don't learn that yet. I'm trying to remember if he's like half
We also don't learn that he dyes his hair. I didn't know that.
Sorry, yeah. Well, I know that from the manga, but we'll see a flashback of her where she has like dark brown hair and now she has like pink fluffy hair. So obviously, yeah, recognizing people dyeing their hair. But yeah, he's just tall, blue eyes, white hair. We're in winter time, so everyone's all bundled up. He's got a big ass bag on his back.
Like Doctor Who level scarf.
I hate the scarves.
It's huge.
I'm like, I'm ready for spring now, so you're not wearing the scarf.
He also has a gigantic backpack.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's tall. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
While
like
passing to get off. Oh, yeah, sorry. What?
Nope.
Okay.
We like tall dudes.
We like tall dudes. While passing her to get off, he puts his hand on her head and says, "See you later," because he's making contact with her, like the vibrations, she can feel it, and so she can kind of understand what she's saying from that. And then he gets off. Yuki explains to the audience that she is very deaf and can't hear much besides the sounds of her own body. This comes up a lot because she's going to be like describing her heartbeat at different times. Because she might be feeling some way about this guy.
Mm-hmm.
We see her wake up the next day. She's got a fish in her room, which I noted.
Okay, she has multiple beta fish. Appears to be male beta fish. They're fighting fish. Wouldn't they just kill each other? What is that? They should all be dead.
This is the kind of analysis you can only get here. I have no idea. I didn't even clock what kind of fish these were.
Japanese fighting fish. Beta fish.
Okay.
Coexisting peacefully somehow.
She says bye to a woman who, like, is that her mom? I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
She says bye to a woman.
Assumed mother.
As she heads off to college for the day. She passes a bakery where a guy inside notes that she's looking chipper today. And then we don't see this guy for the rest of the episode, but we meet him in episode 2. Mm-hmm. So remember him. We jump ahead to after class where Yuki asks her friend Rin about that one guy that she met yesterday. Rin tells her that his name is Itsuomi. That's gonna be tough to say. And he just got back from backpacking in Canada. Yuki is like, that makes sense because he was carrying a gigantic backpack on the train.
Yeah. Do you backpack in Canada? I feel like I only hear people talk about backpacking through Europe.
Yeah, that's just like
it's too cold.
You travel around only carrying a big backpack. Like that's your only luggage. That just refers to any kind of that thing. I don't think he's literally like backpacking in like the Rockies or something.
The tundra, yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly, I've never backpacked before.
I learned that late. I thought people were literally backpacking, like camping, because I used to do that in Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
And then I learned that, like, oh no, you're just like staying in a hostel and you just have a big backpack instead of luggage. That makes sense. Okay. Rin's like, ooh, it sounds like you've got a crush. And Yuki's like, oh, wait, is that what having a crush is like? Because I guess she's never had a crush before. And Rin is like, hey, I got a crush on his boss at his job, at his part-time job. So like we should totally go together and like hook us some boys. But then she's like totally starts to wuss out as soon as she like realizes that means she'd have to talk to her crush. It's pretty funny. I like Rin a lot.
Yeah, I like Rin as well. But it's seemingly newer friend for Yuki, but
mm-hmm.
I hope we get to see how they initially met or became friends. But yeah, I like Rin. She's a fun side character so far.
Yeah. Yuki says she wants to know what his phone number is so she can get his phone number, and Rin declares that that's going to be their goal for tonight to get their numbers.
Their quest.
That's the quest.
On the calendar, marked quest.
Yeah. Yep. But I guess they're doing it on Friday. Yuki goes home and puts on a stylish skirt and then heads out. She and Rin arrive at the restaurant where their crushes work. It's named Rockin' Robin in English, which is very funny.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know.
It sounds like a piano bar or something.
It's just kind of like
nothing musical in there.
Yeah, it's like a bar, but then I think they also serve food.
Yeah, but they have like musical notes on the logo. So
yeah.
You would think it means it's like karaoke or like got a little stage or something.
They're playing like a cop show on the TV inside. It's a very odd setup. At first I thought this was going to be like a Red Robin joke or something, but I don't even know if they have that in Japan. Probably not. So
surely not.
I didn't know what it was.
We barely have them here.
That's true. Anyway, Rin is super nervous to go in, so Yuki has to like hype her up. They walk in and immediately see Itsuomi at the bar. Yeah.
I like, she's very cute with her gesturing. Like she's, the way she's having to emote to convey without speaking is very cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yuki's just adorable.
Yeah. Yuki primarily talks to Rin through like text message and gesturing.
Yep.
See, they walk in and immediately see Itsuomi at the bar. Yuki repeats to herself the thing she said about Snow at the very beginning of the episode. They take a seat at the bar. They're the only customers here. Rin breaks the dead air by thanking Itsuomi for helping Yuki out the other day. Then her like crush shows up, which is like his boss, and greets Rin. But like I thought this might be like an old guy, but this is just like another guy who's like around the same age.
He could just be like a manager and the older person is the owner or something. But
I thought we were about to get something a little bit different, but I was like, oh, it's just like a normal guy.
I guess maybe he just went straight to work. Like it doesn't seem like he's in school as well. So
yeah, but he's like a college age guy, or at least he looks like a college age guy. Yeah. He's not like middle aged. He tries to greet Yuki, but she's too absorbed in reading the menu that she misses it completely because he just says it out loud. Eventually, Yuki looks up from the menu and sees Rin talking to her crush like apologetically, and she thinks that she can always tell when someone's talking about her. She's like, "Oh, I must have missed something, I guess." And in the scene, it shows her like getting distant from everyone around her.
I know. I was like, your stools are not that far apart.
It's symbolic. It's symbolic for feeling isolated. She feels isolated. But don't worry, because Itsuomi places his hand on her forehead, and we see that he has an interesting blue sun tattoo on his finger. What is this?
Like it. I hate it.
You hate it?
I don't like it. I don't like the tattoo on his hand. Or maybe it's the placement or the color or something, but
it's interesting. Blue tattoos. Anyway, he pushes her head up and asks her if she drinks alcohol or not. She's like, oh my God, that freaked me out. This guy sure isn't afraid to touch people, I guess, she thinks to herself. And then she's like, I guess I should order. Itsuomi hands her a dry erase board and she thanks him for that. So she's gonna talk to them with the dry erase board. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
She thinks to herself that even though he's unconventional, she can only notice the positive things about him and not the fact that he keeps touching her, which is how you know it's a crush. And she notices her heartbeat.
I guess it's like probably with her that, people are nice, but surface level and no one like really breaks the barrier to interact with her like that. So it probably just feels like it means he's not bothered by the fact that she's deaf.
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, this could be.
Or he's unfazed.
Like the abrasiveness might be like a nice change of pace, honestly. Her.
Yeah.
She writes on the board that she's still 19 and can't drink because the legal drinking age in Japan is 20, so she's just gonna have tea instead. Rin tells Yuki that Itsuomi is trilingual, but it's like such an uncommon loan word to use, so Yuki can't lip read it correctly. So instead, Rin has to write down that he's trilingual, meaning he speaks 3 languages. And I'm like, she probably knows what that word means. You don't have to give her the definition.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Well, yeah, surely she's extra aware of language, like, stuff.
It's just funny because, like,
she uses sign language.
Yeah, Rin writes down the thing that she probably would say out loud, even though it's, like, unnecessary. You could just write down trilingual. Yuki probably knows what that means.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yuki asks Itsuomi if he speaks any other languages, and, like, using the dry erase board, because I'm trying to, like, it's hard to do the summary because I'm trying to say how everybody's like what medium everybody's communicating with each other for. I think basically the scene the entire time she's using the dry erase board from now on. Yeah. He writes back on the board that he speaks English and German, and Yuki and Rin are impressed and applaud him. So then he picks it back up and adds that he can speak a little Chinese and also he's studying Spanish.
Freaking, yeah, they're wowed. All the claps.
It's very funny. It's a good scene. I like how he just adds the stuff in because he's like, well, hold on, I'm more impressive than this.
Yeah.
Yuki signs something to him, but clearly he doesn't know what it means. Suddenly, a bunch of foreigners show up, and it's clear that they're regular customers there. One of the women kisses Itsuomi on the cheek, and Yuki is like, oh my God, she kissed him. Is this like a greeting? Like, what's happening? But Itsuomi's just rolling with it because clearly he knows how to act around these guys. She wonders if he lives in a totally different world than her. This is where we had some bad English.
Yeah. It's so tough. Like, I feel like maybe they should have voice act, like, because there are foreigners that live in Japan. I feel like they should just have them be like guest voice actors for these moments.
It's pretty funny.
I guess Japanese people. Yeah,
because like they're talking about how it's humid, and they say in English like, "Oh, the air is so wet." I'm like, okay.
Yes. Yeah, I picked up on that too, the word, but yeah, just I feel like English never. Like, I've never heard it where English sounded natural from anyone in anime ever in the subtitle.
I've heard a couple. Sometimes it does. It's kind of notable when it does.
Thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think like it makes sense for Itsuomi to have like, you know, sort of rough but totally legible English. For these guys, it makes a lot less sense.
Well, I guess it's probably vice versa, right? If someone who learned Japanese was English speaking, probably sounds a little stilted.
Yeah.
Too, compared to
Anyway, while all this is happening, somehow Rin's got her crush's phone number, and Yuki's like, "Oh shit, I need to get Itsuomi's number now because she did her quest. I need to finish my quest." But then she's like, "Wait a minute, how am I supposed to ask this? Like, it would be weird if I like wrote it down, right? That's like seems like a little too direct." But I don't know how to ask him. And then she looks over at him and she's like, "I don't even know what language he's speaking right now." So instead, she just puts the pen down. Rin and Yuki step out of the restaurant later. And Rin asks Yuki if she just wants her to like share his number with her because she has it from the club. But before Yuki can answer, Itsuomi steps out and asks Rin if she wants to walk with him because his shift is over. He's like, "Oh, you want like a walk home because it's late and y'all are ladies?" He's very nice. Rin's like, "Yeah, that'd be great, but also like I live super nearby, so you should walk Yuki home instead." And then Rin's like, "You got this, girl," and then they split up. So
yeah, she like silently mouths, "You got this, girl." It was cute.
Yeah, it's good. So Yuki and Itsuomi are walking while the snow is coming down. A motorcycle approaches them, but Yuki doesn't notice. So Itsuomi grabs her shoulder and pulls her to him away from the motorcycle.
Yeah, very shoujo, where it's like immediate, like, physical contact. And, like everything, fancy background, all the feels.
That's right. Then he takes her hand and starts walking in front of her. So they're like holding hands now. Yuki's like on cloud nine.
He's holding her hand.
Oh yeah, he's kind of.
She's not holding it back. Why don't they do that? Don't awkwardly let your hand be held.
Yeah. Well, it's she's cool with it. She's having a great time. And like comes up with like a poem or something in her head about being close to him. She decides that thinking isn't enough though. She needs to actually communicate with him somehow. She pulls her hand away and types out a message on her phone asking for his contact information. He's like, "Oh, sure, but first, how do I, like, sign my agreement to you?" Instead of just saying it. Yuki shows him the sign for "sure thing," which is, like, literally what he said, and he mirrors it back to her. We see that she gets his contact. She's a new friend in her phone. Yeah, quest accomplished. He texts her asking where he can, where's a good place to drop her off? Like, where does she live?
Part ways.
And she says that here is fine. So he waves and starts to part ways. Then she starts to walk away, but then stops to ask if he thinks the world is really big, which she texts him. He replies, "Yes, it's huge." And then he follows up by requesting that she let him into hers. Whew. Pronouns, man.
Let me into yours. World.
Yeah.
Yuki, let me into your. Yeah. Forward.
My man's also direct.
Incredibly random to be like, "Do you think the world is big?" as your first text message. But
they turn to face each other.
So he
watches as Yuki gets visibly extremely giddy and like drops her umbrella and jumps around.
So cute. Adorable.
Yeah, he just grins like a big dope. It's very cute. We transition to a little montage of the other characters, like Rin and that guy from the bakery. Remember him? He's going to show up next episode. And then we cut to Rin getting a haircut, where he starts to practice saying "sure thing," like the sign. And we see Yuki happily running off as we cut to credits.
Not Rin. It's.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Itsuomi. Itsuomi's doing it.
Yeah, and he's getting his haircut by one of the guys who's in the opening. So that's someone to keep keep an eye out for.
Episode 1.
I'm like, okay, he calls her by her first name.
Yep.
So I'm like, is that his first
name?
No. Okay, let's call him by his first name. I hope that's easier for me to say.
Or wait, no, that is his first name.
Is it?
Yeah, I think his last name is Nagi.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, but okay, what do you think so far?
In the first episode? Oh, it's cute. I like how
yeah.
Again, there's a lot of parts of this that are hard to like put in here because it's like not part of the summary, but like this show doesn't really have like a lot of background music during scenes. It's like pretty quiet, which I think like is good, obviously, because of like what it's about.
Thematically.
Yeah. And so like but it's also like a lot slower paced, I feel like. Like it's not frantic. It's not super
yeah, because like Chihaya Furu felt like so much was going on. And so this definitely felt like, it pans to the flowers for a little bit and then this and that. So definitely more deliberate.
Yeah.
Stuff. What do you think of the art style?
I like the art style. I think it's cute.
Everyone has luscious lips in this anime.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yup. Everyone's looking pretty good. I like how they draw like the detailed version and then also like the little cute version.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the chibi's cute too. Well, I guess we can jump into the next episode.
Yeah, and then talk about it as a unit.
Overall. Yep.
Okay. Episode 2 is called To Affection. We open on Yuki reflecting on the events of last...
beyond.
What?
Sorry. And beyond.
Oh, yes. We open on Yuki reflecting on the events of last episode. She just can't stop thinking about it. After the OP, we cut to Yuki and Rin meeting up for coffee. Rin congratulates Yuki on her success for getting his number and then tells her that she invited her to this specific cafe because the Cultural Exchange Club meets around here pretty often. They glance over and see Itsuomi talking to some people. He's right there, which was very funny to me.
Yay. Mm-hmm.
Rin's like, oh, he's talking to hot chicks. Listen, I swear there were some guys over there a minute ago. Like, I didn't bring you here to watch that.
Yeah.
Yuki looks at his lips and decides he's probably not speaking Japanese right now. Then she wonders if, like, when he said he wanted to be, like, in my world, did that just mean he wanted to, like, learn about deaf people? Like, what did he mean by that?
Yeah, am I just a curiosity?
Yeah. Like, are you just a tourist, bud? What's happening here?
Mm-hmm.
He starts to turn and then leave because clearly he didn't see them sitting over there. Yuki is dismayed and like stands up trying to think of a way to get his attention, but then Rin just calls out to him.
Yeah. Rin just going for it.
Yep. He turns to see the two of them and then walks back. Yuki walks up to him, but is too nervous to make eye contact. So she's kind of like just looking down or like at his scarf.
He's so intense.
He's huge. And also...
yeah.
I feel like he walks up too close to her. You know what I mean? Like he's like too in her space.
Yeah.
She manages though, but can't look at him for very long. He teases her a little bit, asking her if she's gonna like dance around again. And then she writes in her phone. She starts to write in her phone, but he looks over her shoulder, which like puts him right next to her again. So that makes her nervous because he's always getting so close to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
From the floor above, a guy whose face we don't see watches this. Yuki manages to type that she can't be giddy right now because they're on college campus. Like, I'm in public, buddy. Itsuomi is like, wow, you're so cute. Anyway, I gotta leave for a flight now. And he starts to mouth his destination, but she has a hard time reading it because he's going to Laos, but Japanese doesn't have an L sound. So instead he has to text it to her. And then he leaves because I guess his flight is like about to leave.
Yeah, I guess is their air. I'm trying to remember if the airports are just a lot more like just pop on in and go.
I don't know.
Not as ordeal as it is here. Maybe
it's very funny to be like, oh, I have a flight in the middle of the week. I have to go on. Like, okay,
well, jet setter.
Yeah. Rin's like, wow, you two are sure hitting it off, huh? You're like all lit up when he's around. And Yuki wonders if she's just crushing or if it's something bigger than that. Then Rin notices the guy from earlier on the second floor. It's Yuki's childhood friend, Oshi, and he signs to her asking who that guy was. He signs to Yuki asking who that guy was. She signs back that he's a friend, and Oshi's like, oh yeah, is that so? And then another guy joins him. And I remember that these are the guys from the bakery from last episode.
Yeah.
So that's why you needed to remember them.
Mm-hmm.
Oshi's friend is like, oh, hey, you know those two chicks? They're cute. We should hang out with them. And Oshi tells him that Yuki is deaf. But his friend's like, okay, but she's like got hearing aids, right? But Oshi tells them that they don't really help her that much. And his friend's like, well, that sounds complicated. Anyway, I gotta go. And then he leaves.
Too much. Yeah, I guess I can't say that I'm overly familiar with like deaf stuff, but I could see it being like, even if they don't functionally serve as much of a purpose, it's like one way to make it clear to someone looking at you.
Yeah, so
you have a
I tried to look up a little bit about this. So there's a couple of different types of deafness. There's some that are like you get hearing loss over time. And in that case, you usually do retain some hearing. And so hearing aids can help that because it's all about amplifying it, right? But if you are like deaf from a very young age, or like from like a developmental thing where like you're like, you know, something formed in a specific way where you can't process sound like sonic signals, hearing aids are not going to help with that because it's not an amplification problem necessarily. It's like something else.
There's nothing to amplify. Right.
So,
yeah.
Or like the amplification doesn't really do much for you. And that sounds like it's the case for Yuki, because she seemed. Well, we're gonna get a flashback in a little bit where we learn that she was, she's been deaf the whole time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's probably much more, which is why I said in the first episode, like when she brushes her hair back to reveal she has hearing aids, it's supposed to be like a signal, more so than just doing that.
Yeah. I guess if you don't, and then people are just like, "What the heck? Why aren't you?" responding or whatever. So definitely see that.
Yeah, they're also like white. They kind of stand out.
Yeah.
And she wears them all the time, or she wears them when she goes out.
Yeah.
We see her putting them on like in the mornings and stuff. I actually didn't check if she's wearing them at home.
Well, I mean, who we're assuming is her mother wasn't signing when talking to her.
Right.
So, if her parents didn't bother learning sign language, then I guess she probably, no, because if they don't serve a purpose, then yeah, I don't know. Maybe she probably doesn't. I feel like just wearing earbuds, listening to music, like makes my ears like kind of tender after a while. So having to wear those all day, I can see being
yeah. I mean, I assume they're like more expensive and probably form fitted better.
Oh,
so
yeah,
they may be a lot better. But yeah, anyway, doesn't really help her in that case, according to Oshi. Let's see. Yuki watches this exchange happen and signs to Oshi like what's going on, but he just walks away and doesn't answer her.
Cool guy.
We see like a text exchange on screen. Like they do some cool stuff like visually where like he's walking away and then we see the text message conversation between Rin and Yuki, where Rin's like, wow, Oshi knows how to use sign language, huh? And Yuki's like, yeah, he just uses it to say mean things to me though, which I thought was very funny.
Yeah. But he learned to sign to communicate with her, which it seems like even her parents didn't bother to do. So that's
yeah,
nice.
like Rin's like, yeah, that must have been hard though.
He's just
because he seems pretty good
a
at
tsundere. He can't help it. Tsundere.
I don't like him. Then Yuki notices that
I think he's cuter than the main guy.
Maybe. You just hate this guy's scarf though.
I do hate that scarf so much.
Let's see. Then Yuki notices that she got a text from Itsuomi, and she's like, oh man, maybe I am really in love with this guy. She's like, what about you, Rin? Are you in love with that guy from last night? And Rin's like, oh yeah, totally. He's great. She's just like all in. Yuki replies to Itsuomi, but still can't decide if she's truly in love or not, or if this is just a crush. Let's see. Elsewhere, Oshi is passing through the gate to get on a train, and some guy walks through the gate before it can close, so like his ticket didn't scan properly. And a guy in the booth tries to call out to him, but he like ignores it or doesn't hear it. And Oshi notices that this guy is wearing hearing aids as he passes. So Oshi catches up with him and signs to him about the ticket gate, and the guy apologizes and goes back.
I like that his name is spelled Ouchie.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Ouchie.
I'll replace it. I'll replace all for you since it's bothering you.
It doesn't matter.
So
no,
much.
I just think it's funny. But yeah, and then that guy's hearing aids are black.
Yeah, that guy's hearing aids.
I wonder if they make like cute print ones, like little decorative patterns.
Yeah. Well, that one would be much harder to like confuse with actual things, but like Oshi must know what different types of hearing aids look like. Let's see. A woman and her dog sees this, and she's like, "Hey, Oshi, I guess even you can be a nice guy now and again." And we learn that her name is Izumi. And also, I guess everybody thinks Oshi's a jerk, which I thought was funny. They talk about how things must be hard for deaf people since you can accidentally get in all kinds of situations. She's like, yeah, they probably would have thought that guy just like was dodging the fare if they didn't know that. And Oshi's like, yeah, it's pretty dangerous. Maybe all the deaf people should just stay where they're safe and not leave. And it's like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Don't love that. No. Yeah.
We cut to Yuki walking home. She's still debating about her feelings. Before bed, she gets a text from Itsuomi in Laos, posing with a bunch of kids. He sent her a slideshow of pictures of him in various places with various people. Yuki's like, wow, I can't believe he gets to go to all these places and not be super intimidated by it. They text a little bit, and he tells her that he's coming back the day after tomorrow. A few days pass, and Yuki goes to school early. She sees Itsuomi across the street and waves to him. He sees her, but instead of waving, he signs good morning to her. And she's like, holy shit, and then signs it back. She's like, oh man, I'm probably in love with this guy after all. Shit.
Yeah, that's very sweet.
Yeah, that's really cute.
Yeah.
They meet up, but Yuki is too nervous to start a conversation. Instead, he tells her to hold out her hand and then places a weird-looking keychain in her hand, telling her that it's a souvenir. She writes thank you in her notebook, and he pats her on the head again. Later in bed.
Yeah, I feel like maybe it's a tall person thing where I'm like, when I've never had my head pat like that before.
It feels like, really condescending, but I guess we're into it.
Yeah.
Later in bed, she looks at the keychain and wonders what Itsuomi's world is like. Like he's getting some weird stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on with this guy. We get a flashback where Yuki tells us that she went to school for the deaf for an entire education prior to college, and her class size for her year was a total of 4 kids. And she's like, yeah, it was fine, and like everybody was cool, but like it was just like the world was really small. Like the number of people I knew was really small. Class size was small. School was small. She always had bigger aspirations. Back in the present, Yuki rushes to meet up with Rin, but finds her talking with some other girls at the coffee place they go to. So she's just kind of like waiting around a pillar, not sure what to do. Suddenly, Oshi taps her on the shoulder, and he signs to her asking what she's doing just standing around, and Yuki explains that she's here to meet a friend. He looks over at Rin and informs Yuki that they're having a loud conversation about spring break, but Yuki's like, I don't need you to tell me what they're talking about. But then Oshi counters that, like, come on, you know you wanted to know. And they just stare at each other for a beat. This was, I don't know. This was fine. But then Oshi said...
Yeah, just a bit more what the banter like is between the two of them. Childhood friend vibes.
Yeah, this feels more like ribbing your friend than what he's about to do. Where he starts just being a real jerk. Being like, is that girl who takes note for you really your friend? And like, Yuki thinks, like, while they're having this conversation, that all of his signs are really sharp, but there's also like a softness to them sometimes. Like he's secretly worried for her. And she interprets that as him implying that she's not ready to go to college.
Yeah, I can't remember if it's like he's her childhood friend. So is it like there's something bad that happened at some point that like super upset her, and now he like, instead of, like she probably, obviously she grew from it and then put herself back out there, but maybe he's more from the like, I don't want that to happen to you again, but it's kind of smothering.
Yeah.
Maybe. I can't remember, but maybe something like that.
I don't know. I got thoughts about this guy, though.
Yeah.
Suddenly, Yuki is bumped from behind by Itsuomi. He, like, turns and grabs her head and moves it around in a mover that I do not understand how to interpret.
A crane game.
What's he doing?
He just, like, grabbed that head and just...
Like, it's not particularly intimate.
No, I guess... He's a kind of a strange guy. So.
He is weird.
He's very peculiar, yeah.
Yuki remembers that when she first enrolled at college, she was overwhelmed, but now it seems like she's going to get the life that she wants with all these people around her. Oshi tells her not to get carried away, and she's like, I'm not going to. Rin finally notices Yuki and runs up behind her to say hi. She like jumps on her back and is like, hey, and then she greets Oshi, and then Oshi tells her not to run up behind Yuki because she can't hear her footsteps. And Rin's like, oh, sorry. And Oshi walks off.
Yeah, he's just all about abruptly leaving.
He's just all about being like, I'm going to be like a white knight, and then I'm also going to leave, and also everybody thinks I suck. That's his whole deal. Which, yeah, you do kind of suck, my man. Anyway, Yuki asks Rin if she remembers the talk they had before about having a crush or being in love, and then she forms a heart with her hand, and Rin does a loud squee and hugs her. The squee is so loud that Itsuomi hears this and turns to her, and Yuki signs at him, but he doesn't know what it means, so he texts her to ask, and she's like, oh, it's just like a generic do your best expression. So he like tries doing it himself. We end on a voiceover of Yuki saying that she has fallen in love with Itsuomi as we cut to credits. There we go.
No, annoying. We only have like 2 episodes of the whole like, how do I feel? Like, no, we already arrived to the like. So
we have a couple in 2 episodes. Finally, we don't have to be pining.
Well, they're not a couple. It's clear.
Okay, we have clarity on feelings.
Yes, that's something we.
Woohoo!
Yes, that's a victory. That's the fastest.
Oh my
ever
god, I'm
this,
so relieved that this entire
podcast.
show isn't just like it isn't like This show could have just been that the whole time, and I would have been crazy. I would have lost my mind.
Yeah. Well, if it was a high school setting, then probably would be that. But we're older. We can expedite things
kids.
So that we can move on to other stuff.
That's right.
Yeah. So, yeah. Overall thoughts so far?
I like it. It's cute.
Yeah.
I like Yuki a lot.
Yeah. It's a nice, like, little laid back break from Chihaya. And, yeah, like much more revolves around the romance.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we get an interesting perspective from Yuki, and like obviously, like I don't know, because it seems like she hasn't had a crush before, so maybe. Well, I guess she just was she didn't hang out with very many people before college, and so she just didn't really probably had the chance or confidence. But
yeah,
so maybe we won't have to. Well, I guess we've got the childhood friend.
We got the childhood
friend. Do we
friend.
think he's into her?
I don't know. Yeah,
so I'm
maybe.
Like, if he is, it's like feels so different because with Taichi, it's like it feels like he is the right option and the protagonist is just ignoring. But like in this one, it's like clear that he would never, seemingly would never be considered as a romantic candidate from Yuki. Like she has a very, like skeptical relationship with him.
I don't like Oshi because he's doing this thing where he's like, oh, I'm like concerned about you, but I also have an antagonistic relationship with you, which is a different form of being condescending. Like, he clearly just doesn't believe in her, like, straight up. Like, I don't believe you can do things. Even though it's like, dude, she's not made of glass. I mean, she can figure it out. Like, it might be kind of hard, and there may be, like, a transition period, but, like, which, like, they should just stay in their place and not get hurt is, like, such a...
No, hate that.
Like,
hate that so
that's,
much.
like, really, condescending and bad.
Yep, yes. It's Itsuomi is a strange character because like he has a very just kind of blasé persona, but then he also is like making an effort but doing it in a very casual way with like no stakes or pressure.
This guy would clean up on Tinder, let me tell you. He is like the guy, people, because he's tall, right? He's cute. He's a world traveler. He tries to speak all of these languages. It's like the thing people say they want to do when they're like bored with their life. They're like, oh man, I should have just gone like backpacking in Europe or whatever. Like it's literally him. He is like the avatar of that like desire of like, oh, I like the world travel. He knows all this stuff. Like, I wonder how much depth there is to any of that. Like, what's he doing?
Yeah, well, let's see, because she's had a very small world up to this point, and so just going to college has been like a big hurdle. But he, so it's like I don't know. He's almost like her peek at what else, or like she gets to experience more through him or something.
Yeah, well, he's like aspirational for her, right? It's like the opposite of her, kind of, in terms of like. Oh, this is like the boldest version you could be where you're going out and doing stuff. Whereas like I'm experiencing so much stuff for the first time that it's like I'm intimidated by all of it. Whereas he just fucking goes for it constantly.
Yeah. Well, that was long summary for just 2
I know.
episodes.
Hopefully I can.
So I think, yeah, I think it's fine to stick
Was
with
it
2 moving forward. So
Was it too verbose? Do I need to cut it down?
No, I mean, I guess maybe like if it's like a back and forth, just say this is the method of communication Yuki is using in this. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how, if he keeps learning more sign language, what that will look like.
Yeah, sorry if this was a not engaging summary, folks. I'm still working on my summarization skills here.
No, you're good. You got little crop marks on your doc here. Score. Okay. Well, yeah. New series started. So we'll cover another 2 episodes for everyone who's watching along with us. So next time, episodes 3 and 4. And any predictions on what's going to happen in those episodes?
We got to learn who these other background characters are. Like Oshi's weird friend, the barber guy. I don't know. They're like, the OP had a lot of people in it, but we only know 4 main characters so far. So it's like, all right, well.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Hopefully we get to see more of Rin with her guy, because he's been a nothing person so far.
Mm-hmm.
So got to figure out what she likes about him.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's today's coverage.
We did it.
Did we learn anything?
What did we learn?
Don't be okay. No physical contact, at least until you I don't know, at least know their name. Girls work hard on their hair. Don't muss up their hair constantly, especially if you somewhat see her in a romantic way, and because that's a very familial gesture, I feel like, or patronizing, so it doesn't feel like you're interested as an equal if you're patting them on their head like a child.
I mean, she seems into it. I don't know. It didn't bother her. It's a weird thing for me. Maybe this is just a culture thing, because I'm very much just like, bro, if I patted someone on the head, they would hate me. That would not go over well. But I'm also not like a hot, tall guy, so yeah, I guess maybe you can get away with it more. But maybe she's like, ooh, this is great. Yeah, I love to have my head moved around. I love to have my forehead grabbed and then jerked around. It's like the crane game. He's the crane and she's the little plushie, just grabbing with his long arm and moving her. It's very funny. Oh boy. Yeah. 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 No better. I don't know. What's a better takeaway? Let your friend do her thing. Don't be controlling. Yeah. Don't act like you have to protect somebody just because they have some kind of disability. I'm sure they're fine. They've lived their entire life up to this point. They probably know more about it than you. Especially when it's this is their chance to, build a new, college is about finding yourself, and you can't prevent her from doing that by trying to control. Should have just gone drinking. What she's exposed to. Well, nah, he doesn't seem like he's gonna cut loose and hang out with them. I mean, because he's signing with her, and then we see that Itsuomi. Itsuomi. Itsuomi is looking at their back and forth with sign language, so he's definitely knows that this guy's interested or intrigued by Yuki, so he's probably gonna have his eye on him moving forward, or try to badmouth him to Yuki, and then she's gonna be pissed. If you're gonna open a restaurant called Rockin' Robin that has musical notes on it, maybe incorporate some kind of musical aspect into the restaurant itself. At least have a little jukebox or something. That's what I think I learned. Is maybe if you're gonna have a theme in your restaurant, stick to it inside the restaurant. You can't just put it on the facade only. Yep. Important things. I wonder if they will comment on that. Very important. Yeah. What else is important? We need to figure out what her major is. It's important to me to understand what Yuki is majoring in. I couldn't the class had the kanji for geography, but it's also like in culture maybe. So I don't know. Maybe it's something like that. But it's important to me that I know. I need to know if she's like going to be an accountant.
Okay.
That matters to me.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I was more so like transition, but yep, that too.
Oh. Anyway, if you're an accountant, rate us 5 stars on the podcast platform of choice and leave comments on things like Spotify.
Yeah, we just
episodes.
got a comment on Spotify and it was really nice and it just pepped me right up. So yeah, wherever you're listening, give us some feedback. Let us know your thoughts. It really is reassuring and gets us excited to talk about more series, knowing that you guys are listening and enjoying our way of discussing it.
Yeah.
Like we've said, we're different kind of shoujo podcast.
Yeah, we go real slow. We go 2 to 3 episodes at a time.
Critical. We're very critical. And
we're going to make you watch this 12 episode show over the course of 6 weeks. That's what we're going to do. Other podcasts are too cowardly to use your time like that, but not us. We'll just do it.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Well, yeah, so much appreciated if you guys could do that.
Yep.
And
tell your friends.
Thanks for listening.
Hopefully we'll have well, it might actually be out before this. We're going to have our Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom episode maybe out. Or maybe it's already out. Maybe you already listened to it. But just know that there will be an opportunity for you to listen to it soon. And you should listen to our bonus episodes, even though they're about Jurassic Park and not about shoujo. All right? Listen, the overlap, you would not believe how many similarities there are. Humans are in it. Clones are in it. Were there any clones in any of the things we watched so far? I don't think there were.
No. No.
There's an on-screen kiss.
Somebody
rarely.
Kissed. Yeah.
Kids are there.
Punch it, throw it.
We don't really we get some no, we don't get any flashbacks. Yep, that's basically it. They're more or less the same.
Totally. So, yes. No, okay. Yeah. We'll talk about other more relevant things in bonus episodes. We'll do a Rosa Versailles manga at some point.
We'll do some manga reads. We'll do some movie
and
stuff.
We'll totally, as suggested in the comment we got, we definitely need to watch the live action Rosa Versailles.
For sure.
Well,
it's gonna be a time. I can't wait for that one.
Yeah. All right. Sweet. Okay. Well, we'll talk to you next week.
See you next time with episodes 3 and 4.